Welcome back for another video. For the last time this season, it's the team selection and transfer plans. I've added a brand new segment in this one as well for you for the final team selection video only. So 54 points last game week then. It was a red arrow by a margin of 4 points, so not huge. Or in other words, had Saliba not gone off injured, it would have been a green arrow. Although Vardy conceded late against Bournemouth, that was actually beneficial to my rank, because in the top 10k, Vardy's 95% owned, Ruben Dias about 15%. So Man City clean sheets, no help at this point. And Mbeumo's missed penalty actually beneficial to rank as well, given that he was over 100% effective ownership. Martinez kept his third clean sheet on the bounce, and there was quite a few assists in the team. Rodgers and Mbeumo, Sarr, Captain Watkins also got an assist, and then there was Wissa with that 1 goal 1 assist game himself. 800,000 transfers in for Watkins, who just came away with that 5 pointer in the end. It was a game week with a few good buys to some loyal servants, wasn't it? You couldn't write a better script. Vardy scoring his 200th Leicester goal and his 500th and final Leicester appearance. A perfect ending, and what story to win the League of Leicester and the FA Cup as well. De Bruyne with his last ever Etihad appearance as well, an emotional farewell for him after the game. 1,583 career points, proper Premier League legend. And City announced they're going to put a statue up for him as well. I've had some class memories over the years owning both of those guys in my FPL team. And then there was Ward and Crespo also saying their farewell for Crystal Palace and West Ham after over a decade at their clubs. Martinez's last home game for Villa as well. There's probably some other good buys I've forgotten about as well. So, with one game week to go, I'm 31 points off 1k, I'm 26 points inside 10k, so the realistic target's got to be a finish in the top 5k, where I'm currently 7 points inside. If I can come away with a top 5k finish, that would be an absolutely stellar season really. I'm 187 points off rank 1, so unfortunately I'm going to have to officially rule myself out of winning FPL this season, maybe next year. Speaking of winning FPL, it's the last chance to look at the Focal mini league standings. And congratulations to Lovro Badisin, who has completely wrapped up the league already. He's got a 76 point lead. And he's the current number 1 in the world as well. Awesome to see the world number 1 in our league. Martin Ballo is in 2nd, Hussey is 3rd, Paul Mitchell 4th, and Dan Bullitt in 5th. They're all top 100 in the world. Great seasons for them. You can actually still join the league, and it'll auto-renew next season, so you'll be automatically in the league. If you want to join, the code is JOYUKC, JOYUKC. So, I asked for your highs and lows for the last time this season as well. Let me know in the comments if you have enjoyed this addition to the team selection videos, where we take a look at your best and worst scores basically. Mal first, who says, late assistant manager paid off. They activated on Herzler, who came away with 19 points in the end against Liverpool in their win. 82 points all out for him. Not just a great score, but look at the overall rank, 61st in the world. John Goodwin also used a chip very late and it worked out for him as well. He says, I saved my bench boost until now and it paid off, up to 2.3k, my best rank of the season so far, and I'm hoping to finish inside 2k now. Well in, John. FPL Stallone says, free hit masterclass just so I can go f myself. I might have to bleep that out. And he says, see you in August. Yeah, sorry the free hit didn't work out, not a bad team either. One more week to go and then we can go again next season. FPL One Stop says, I think you'll like this bench. All 4 players on the bench returned. Raya Marmoush, Consa's 15 points from Kivior. So that's 37 points on the bench. Ouch. Last one, Hassan Yassin. Not as high as some others rank-wise here, but check out the score. He says, I was 391k and now I'm 183k. And says, come on Oscar, put it in the video, let's go. Yeah, 100 points, so it fully deserves to be in the team. 100 points on the bench boost. And went for Vardy as well in his last ever Leicester game. Well played. So, we're going to try something new right before we get into the final team of transfer plans, FPL Rewind. It's been 10 months since the Game Week 1 team, 38 Game Weeks later. Let's have a look at a few of the best and worst moments of the season. And there's been a few shockers along the way. Game Week 1 was certainly a shocker. Did anyone else have Nkunku and Quansah? We thought this could be a huge season for Nkunku after some injuries hindered him last season. 57 minutes in Game Week 1 and then the following 2 games benched. And Quansah hooked at half time as well in Game Week 1. I know some of you even had both of these, plus Barco on top of that. Who remembers Barco? Fast forward into Game Week 9, another shocker really, as Haaland triple captain. Haaland bagged 10 goals in the opening 5 games, if you recall, and he had Southampton home that game week. So the thinking was, why not back him, given that we're expecting fewer double game weeks this season, plus this new mystery chip at the time, we didn't know what it was. And in fairness, it was his second highest XG ever in a league game, if I recall, but he only came away with 6 points. That was definitely a lesson that I'm going to take into future seasons. Just save the triple captain. Like, you never know when you get an unexpected postponement like we did with Everton versus Liverpool due to the weather. I mean, Salah scored 29 points in double game week 24, massive difference there. Though I did have a successful assistant manager in the end, with the triple captain out of the way. Game week 12 is Man City home to Spurs. Great clean sheet odds, but absolute shocker. Who remembers this one? I had double City defence myself. I started Vardy and Lewis. They both go on to get 0 points. I think they lost 4-0. Spurs somehow keep a clean sheet against all the odds. And Porro scores for a 14-pointer on my bench. Game week 24 next, the assistant manager active. And this one couldn't have gone much better. 117 points. I had Slot for those back-to-back doubles, and then I went to Glasner, which I think was 56 points all out from the chip. Loads are on that strategy though. The real difference maker was Tarkowski, who I brought in as a bit of a punt really, based on some promising underlying numbers. And he goes and gets an attacking return both games in the double game week, and those are the only games all season that he's returned in. Honourable mention to Strand Larsen, who I ended up getting over the more template João Pedro. That brace in Game Week 29 in particular, when he was just a few % owned, a particular highlight for me. And he went on to score in 3 straight games after that, unsung hero. Game Week 33 next for the infamous bench boost. Those that are long-time subscribers will know the bench boost has actually been the one chip I've got right and others not so much. Once upon a time the bench boost taken me to rank 1, but this was an absolute disaster. Burns scores an own goal, Isak and Martinez blank, and then Wan-Bissaka misses out making the squad for like the only game all season. 4-point bench boost. Free hit 34, a definite highlight though. 97 points. Some serious luck here though. Like Jose Sarr getting his first double-digit return since August 2023 from saving Vardy's penalty. 97 points all out. Huge green area there. Lastly, Burn and Wan-Bissaka, Game Week 36. Massively up against it with really terrible defence from some poor planning at the back. It was Burn against Chelsea, Wan-Bissaka away against Man United. Both end up getting an assist and a clean sheet for double-digit returns each. Maybe some recency bias perhaps, but this was one of the top highlights because I halved my rank to 3.4k that week as well, which really took some pressure off in that hunt for a top 10k finish. But yeah, it's interesting when you look back at the season, like loads went really wrong, but it goes to show you don't need everything to go right to have a good season. So that brings us to Game Week 38. Let's get into the final team and transfer plans. In goal, it's Raya coming back in. Martinez has got Man United away, which isn't that bad, but yeah, Raya undeniably the better fixture away to Southampton. I'm kind of wondering what sort of lineup we see from Arteta. Like, second place is all but secure now. Arsenal would have to lose this game, and City would have to win and overcome a 7-goal difference swing. So yeah, let's be honest, it's wrapped up. Does Arteta give a few peripheral players a start? Like, you'd expect Tierney to come in at left back for his last ever Arsenal appearance perhaps. In defence, it's Vardiol, Saliba and Burn. I'm really hoping Saliba pulls through because, yeah, great fixture. Arteta said after the last game, I think he felt something in his hamstring in the first half, unfortunately, so we had to make the substitution. I'll be keeping an eye on what's said in Arteta's press conference and whether he is spotted in training this week. If need be, I'm in a great position as far as defender depth on my bench. Burn has the joint best clean sheet odds for Game Week 38. Here's the odds for you. So it's Arsenal, Bournemouth and Newcastle all joint first this week, all with a 45% chance. Now it's a massive game for Newcastle. Champions League place is going all the way down to the wire and they're home to Everton and they have to win this one. Everton is sandwiched in the league as well, so they're definitely going to lack the motivation compared to Newcastle. Everton are 7 points off 12th place and they're 4 points clear of 4 teams, so they can't move up or down now. And lastly, Vardiol, who was 34% on the game with clean sheet odds. Not had the explosive end to the season that we saw last season where he got, I think it was 4 goals, 2 assists and something like 6 games at the end. They're away to Fulham, and again another must-win game here. They can still drop to Europa League places if they lose to Fulham. He's on 145 points, which is second highest after Trent. No defender's got more than 150 points this season, and we have seen them massively suffer under those BPS changes introduced at the start of this season that heavily penalised goals conceded basically. So yeah, maybe that's something we need to keep in mind for future seasons and where we allocate our money. In midfield, it's Eze, Rodgers, and Mbumo and Salah. And I've landed on Salah captain, and I know some of the comments now, like, bro, is captain is Salah in 2025. It's a gut feeling choice, really. Like, Liverpool, I know they've been totally on the beach, but I'm expecting them to finish the season strongly in the last game. They're actually the first side to be crowned Premier League champions and then failed to win the next 3 games in the competition in the same season anyway, where they drew 1 and lost 2, right? Lots of rotation last match, but I do expect full strength more or less, minus McAllister, who's going to get Gameweek 38 off to recover. They're playing home to Palace, and yeah, it's the finale to the greatest FPL season in the history by Salah. The captaincy widget on the Focal app's got Salah on 5 stars this week as well. Saka's on 4, Kluivert and Evanilson 3 stars. What a truly unbelievable season it's been for Mbumo. His previous best ever goal involvement total was 18 contributions, and he's on 10 more than that heading into the final game. Proper breakout season for him. And this might be the last time we see him in a Brentford shirt even. They're away to Wolves next. It is still possible for them to qualify for Europe even, but yeah, a lot would have to go Brentford's way for that to happen. If I'm Frank, I'm telling them to go out there and just enjoy themselves and not to overthink what needs to go their way. Just go out there, enjoy the game, see what happens. Eze is of course away to Liverpool, and he was benched last game following their FA Cup win, but he did score a brilliant goal about 5 minutes after coming on, and he definitely starts this one. He's on penalties as well of course, and it's not the end of the world playing him for this one, but the current plan is to use the final free transfer selling Eze. More on that in a minute. So Rodgers faces Man United off the back of the Europa League final, and it's season complete for Man United, nothing left to play for in Gameweek 38. It's a dead rubber game for them, while Villa, another side, still gunning for Champions League. Unbelievable season for Rodgers as well, starting at 5 million in Gameweek 1 and coming away with 8 goals, 11 assists for 19 returns. 160 points he's on, that's a crazy return for a 5 mil asset. Up front, completing the 11 is Watkins, Isak and Wissa. I'm really hoping Isak pulls through, even more than Saliba, because it's just a fantastic fixture for Newcastle. And he's going to have some of the best, if not the best, goal scorer odds this game week. And of course, lots sold him for Watkins last game week, which worked out amazingly, but I'd really like Isak for this one. That's why I kept him in particular. I had mentioned last week there were some rumours that he's going to need surgery after the season, and I'm hoping it's not a case of him having to end his season earlier for health reasons, but rather perhaps they just wanted to save him for the more winnable of the final 2 fixtures or something like that. So I'm actually doubled up in attack on both Villa and Brentford for Gameweek 38. So Rodgers and Watkins assisting each other, or Mbumo and Wissa linking up for a goal would be the dream this game week. Looking back at the season, Mbumo's 21.2 expected goal involvement ranks 6th highest in the league, and Wissa's 20.1 7th highest, just behind. Crazy numbers, especially Wissa without penalties when everyone else above him has them. Watkins just behind Wissa as well, 17.4 XGI for the season. So the bench is Martinez, Wan-Bissaka, Sarr and Konate. If Saliba misses out, then yeah, Wan-Bissaka's a really capable sub. He's got Ipswich away. Would you put Konate ahead of him on the bench though, when Konate's got Palace home? Obviously the clean sheet odds favour Konate a bit, but I have to factor in Wan-Bissaka playing wing back with more goal threat. So, how should the last free transfer be used then? I've got 1.6 mil on the bank, and there's 2 choices. Option 1, if Isak is out, then I can do Isak to Evanilson to target that Leicester home fixture. Or option 2, if Isak is fine, then the plan is Eze to Bowen. I was quite surprised to see Bowen over 40% effective ownership in the top 10k last game week. I expect that to be more like 50% plus next game week, so I can sort of protect myself against the downside there, and there's still plenty of upside if he hauls against Ipswich. I did consider Kluivert, but his minutes are just all over the place recently, like he was taken off at half time against Man City last game. If I was going to buy any Bournemouth midfielder, it would undoubtedly be Semenyo now over Kluivert. If you've got Kluivert already, then you may as well keep him. Even if Saka is out, I could still make the Bowen move and start one of Wan-Bissaka, Sarr or Konate in Isak's place. Basically just to try and lock in a top 5k finish, that's the thinking. So yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching the team selection content all season. I hope you've enjoyed them all. Good luck in the final game week. I hope you all smash it and get a green arrow and finish where you want to be. If not, there's always next season. See you soon for the next one.